How to find the response of a linear time invariant system when the input and the output are discrete time signal and they have finite interval. So when you look at x of n, the input signal, you find it has three elements, 1, 2, 3. And for the impulse response, h of n, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. So the number of elements of the input equal to 3, and the number of elements of h is equal to 4. So the number of elements of the output in y will be equal to nx plus nh minus 1 will be 3 plus 4 minus 1, it will be equal to 6 elements. So expect yn have 6 elements. Last lecture we explained how to use analytical method to find the response y of n. This lecture we're going to explain multiplication method. How you do the multiplication method? It's really very simple. First of all, you look for the one that has more elements. So obviously h has 4 elements more than the number of elements of x of n. So you put one on the top and start to write down h of n. Have from right to left, you have 0.25, 0.5. Let's just make it wide a little bit. 0.25, 0.5, 1, 2. And x of n, 3, 2, 1. And we'll start to multiply. 3 times 0.25 will be equal to 0.75. So multiply the whole row by 3. 1.5. 3 times 1 is equal to 3, times 2 is equal to 6. And then we'll start, take the element, second element 2, multiply 2 by 0.25 will be equal to 0.5. But before you do that, make x under the first element and start from the second place. So 2 times 0.5 is equal to 0.5, 2 times 0.5 is equal to 1, 2, 4. Now we'll go for 1 and multiply the first row. Don't forget, you are going to make 2x this time, every time you're adding x. So you start, put the first product here. 1 times 0.25 will be 0.25, times 5 will be 0.5, times 1, times 2, and then you add. 0.75, nothing, so 0.75. 1.5 and 0.5 is equal to 314.25. 6 and 2, 8, 8.5. 4 and 1 is equal to 5, and then 2. So the result y of n will be equal to 2, 5, 8.5, 4.25, 2, 7.5. Just let's write it here. 2, 5, 8.5, 4.25, 2.75. Where is the nth, the zeros? When n equals 0, where is it to underline? Well, there is a rule. When n equals 0, you have 2 here, that's the second element. And for h of n, it's the third element. So you say that the second element, the third element, you add them and subtract 1, 2, and 3, 5. 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. It will be the fourth element. Count 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will be n equals 0. And you can sketch it if you like. That's when n equals 0. That's when n equals -1, -2, -3. And that's when n equals 1 equal 2. How many elements do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 elements as we expected from the beginning. I hope it was easy.